as overpriced as everyone says it is for everything you get with the price you pay. And you know, this is a fun one. I like this one. This, you know, if you search up Twitter or Threads, it's not very hard to find a lot of harsh reactions to the Cybertruck, right? It's obviously not a cheap truck. It's an expensive truck. But also, I think the key with this one is this. They had all the stuff on stage. They were saying 0 to 60 in as low as 2.9 seconds, up to 500 plus miles of range, 14,000 pound towing capacity, 3,500 pound max payload capacity, and starting at $39,900. That seemed killer. But today, the new specs are out, and the truck that's actually starting to ship now in 2020, their phone, if it had the battery of the Max. This one will never not be funny to me, because there are always lots of, when I ask for hot takes, there's always a lot of like, this gadget was the best of all time versions of that sentence. And it seems like the mini iPhones just have this like cult following where everybody loves it. Now they only produced this thing for 2 years. This gadget was the best of all time versions of that sentence. And it seems like the mini iPhones just have this like cult following where everybody loves it. Now they only produced this thing for 2 years. It was the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 13 mini. And they were definitely great. Now yes, the iPhone 12 mini did have a tiny battery and some
I was hitting it way harder than before, and it didn't seem to do anything, and eventually, it ended up making a huge dent in my wooden table. After hitting it 7 times, though, I was finally able to crack a small piece off of it, and I was kind of upset by what I saw. This is because inside of it, it was definitely. More specifically, I had to see if I could actually mold it into a specific shape and then clean it up, and I was really tempted to just immediately try and make a ring. However, I knew that starting with something complicated like a ring would be a horrible idea, and it would introduce a whole bunch of new issues, so instead, I'd be happy to see that it easily filled the entire mold. I then let it all slowly cool down, and when it was eventually around room temperature, I had to get it out of the mold, and I was a bit worried that it might be stuck. However, that clearly wasn't the case, and it just easily fell out, and this made it pretty clear to me